Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And today's video, I want to talk about this graph on the screen. It's what we call the Dunning-Kruger effect. And before we do that, guys, please like this video, smash that like button. A lot of you have been liking our videos. It really does help this channel. And ultimately, the mission of this channel is to grow awareness, democratize free information so we can all have the same levels of opportunities in this competitive space. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. A lot of you have been subscribing, new subscribers. I welcome you guys to my channel. This community, we have engineers, scientists, doctors, researchers. So we appreciate you guys subscribing. And if you have any question, any concern, any feedback, any sort of input, leave it in the comments below. We try to read every single comment and we try to respond to every single comment. So in today's video, guys, I want to talk about the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? So you have this graph here. It's a perfect graph for the theory behind it, and that's why I'm just showing you the graph. And the reason why I decided to make this video today is because from yesterday's video where we talked about POS, Ethereum 2.0, and a lot of views, a lot of controversy, many people disliked. And what's crazy about this is me, myself, I am a Bitcoin supporter as well. I totally support that POW, which is proof of work. I totally support it. But it's extremely important to be open-minded. It's extremely important to look at different technologies. Even if you're set into Bitcoin or Ethereum, you want to be open to, even in the crypto world, you want to be open to different technologies. And again, it's extremely important to be open-minded and try to learn as much as you can. Just last night at midnight, I think it was like midnight 10, I was watching an interview with CEO Brian Armstrong of Coinbase, uh, with with um, with Gary Tan, who's one of the VCs in Silicon Valley, and I was learning. You know, I'm always learning new things. I'm not invested in Coinbase, not as of today, this video, but I'm still learning. I'm still trying to reach out for more information. And this is what I want you guys to do. And this community, this is what we're all about. And going back to this graph here, this is usually the case in anything and everything in life. And obviously, this is a generalization, so it doesn't apply to every single person out there. But usually, I think everyone has this type of experience in whatever it may be in life, right? Either that's investment, in fitness, in cooking, at work, at school. You know, it doesn't matter what field it is. Usually, you have this type of behavior at times where really on the y-axis you see it's the confidence, right? On the x-axis you see it's actual competence of the person, right? And when you start, obviously you don't know anything about whatever you're trying to do. So let's take cooking as an example, right? You don't know how to cook at the beginning, but as you start cooking, you start seeing your work, you know, you're seeing your work in the kitchen, and you start seeing a high level of confidence, right? You start becoming extremely confident on your cooking skills. And what usually happen is you peak at this point where you start claiming you're so great at cooking, and you know, you make the best food. And the reality of the thing is, as you start learning more about cooking, as you start watching other people cook, as you start letting other people taste your food, you start realizing that, you know what, I don't actually know much about cooking. I'm not actually that great. And what eventually happens is, over time, if you keep cooking, if you keep learning, if you keep pushing your boundaries, you become what we call an expert. But even in an expert, you're still not at the peak where you were at the beginning, right? So this is what Dunning-Kruger effect is about, right? It's about making you realize that when you try something new, it's extremely easy to get in this trap where at the beginning you think you're so great at this, and that, you know, you are a professional, you have learned the secrets, you know how to shortcut things. And eventually, if you do keep doing that, whatever that skill is, you eventually realize that you know what, you have so much to learn, and you get to a point where you can comfortably say, after a significant amount of time, whether that's months and months, years, that you say, you know what, I'm pretty good at it, but I know there are my limitation. I'm not perfect. There's other people out there. There are other people out there that are much better at me at doing whatever that skill may be. So let's apply this to what we talked about at the beginning with the whole crypto situation, POS, POW, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and moving away from crypto, right? Even in the energy side of things, whether that's in Tesla and other legacy autos trying to venture in electrical vehicles, or even in genomics, where you have companies like CRISPR Therapeutics, Antilia, Beam Therapeutics, and so on. At the beginning, when you start looking at these fields, if you haven't gotten exposure, what happens is you start, building your confidence to a point where it peaks, and you start, making these investments. You see a significant raise, right, in your stock price, and then you start thinking yourself you're the greatest investor of all time. You're better than the average person. You know so much. You start comparing yourself with hedge fund managers and so on. But usually what happens is usually there's a correction, a market correction, and sometimes if you're really unlucky, you start having a market crash, right? The market crashes. What a lot of you, maybe not you specifically, but what many people do is they buy high and then sell low, right? The market crashes, they sell, and then they have this negativity attached to whatever investment they committed to, right? Whether that's in stocks, whether that's in real estate, whether that's in crypto, you start having these negativities and you start putting these excuses around, right? But the reality of the thing is, if you keep pushing the boundaries, if you keep learning, if you keep your mind open, you keep your mind flexible and try to understand the other side of the arguments. You try to understand, yes, you may be an Ethereum fan, but you want to understand a little bit more about Bitcoin, or vice versa, right? You may be, really Bitcoin maximalist, and you're totally invested in the idea of a store of a value and POW, proof of work. But try to be open as to why people are talking about energy efficiency in POS. Yes, there's less secure, maybe less it may be less centralized or more centralized. You have to be open to these types of discussions, because that's how you increase your confidence level with respect to your competence, right? You don't want to be in a situation where you're extremely confident about a topic, but you know so little of it, right? And I can tell you, I can guarantee you that there's always more to learn. This journey never ends. There's so much to learn, whether that's articles, research papers, interviews. We look even other YouTubers making videos. There's always something to learn. And that's what I want to invite you guys to do in this video today, is to keep your mind open, to learn more, to be flexible. And again, if you are new to a topic, it's completely normal to have this Dunning-Kruger effect applied to you, right? It's completely normal. It happens to everybody. But as long as you recognize that this is happening, as long as you are aware, as long as you keep pushing your boundaries, you keep learning, I sincerely think that you have a lot of potential to reach to an expert level in whatever topic that is. And you don't have to be an engineer, you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a scientist to understand a specific field. What you do need to have is humbleness, open minded, keep learning, keep pushing your boundaries, and hopefully you guys get to a point where you can comfortably say, you know what, I know a lot about this subject, I know a lot of this topic, but I know my limitations and I will work with other people to complement what I don't know. So hopefully that helped you guys. Again, if you like this video, please like it. Smash the like button, really does help the channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you have any experience or any opinion on what we just talked about, whether that's the Kruger effect or even your own personal experience with any skill in life, maybe just investing in general, leave it in a comment below. I'm curious to see what you guys think. So thank you very much, and we'll see each other in the next video. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you.